Hello, this is Robert, and we're going to do Adventures in Vimming. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and pull an alias. We're going to go down here, Adventures in Vimming. You always want to make a copy of production, not work on production itself. So we're going to pull down a copy. And this one's not going to be, this is basically a bunch of GUIDs here. This is probably about 3 million for this demo. And then we don't need this right here. And then we're going to get the write up here. Now we're going to look at this following regular expression. What this is we're going through the GUIDs and we're going to select out a subset of these. And since this is a story, a Vim story, like you might have in the office, you have an account manager that you have a criteria of GUIDs out of the set. The set is a pretty big, over 3 million lines, so that's pretty large. So let's take this, and this is anything in the set of 2, 4, 6, 7, followed by a dash, and then anything in the set of 0, 1, 3, 5. And then this is any amount of characters in a dash, and then character A through F. That's the criteria. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, and we're going to go through here, and we're going to pare down these lines. So we're going to do %, which is all lines, the G command, and then the bang character, which is in the engineering you call that a not, and then you paste in this regular expression here, and then the /D is what we want to do with it. We want to delete everything that is not within this criteria for regular expression. So hit enter, and this will take a moment. And your account manager or the salesman you're working for, or any higher up in management might give you this assignment that they'll give you the finished list. We're just deriving this. We're going to save this to a file called string. And so actually we're going to do an underscore A. Okay, and then we'll do, and then that's going to be our master, and then we're going to save to a B. This is the one we're going to work on. Oops, I went back to the beginning of the line. We're going to say B. Okay, this is going to be the one we're going to work on. Let's go to line 255. Actually, it should be 256, and we're going to delete everything below this. Let's see. Okay, so we have 255 lines here. We'll do a committed save. This is one way you can incrementally do your stuff. If you do a committed save with a date timestamp, then you can incrementally make your changes and go forward. So what we're going to do is go up to the top, and we're going to do a capital V, and then we're going to do a G to go down to the bottom. We're going to do a K to go up one line, and then we're going to hit the colon key. So that's on this range of lines. What we're going to do is we're going to substitute, which is an S, and then we're going to do the end of line for a backslash, which you have to escape that, and then you have to escape the vertical pipe. This is we're going to make an OR, regular expression OR on this. So what you see here is that it's appended this. And we're going to do OR on all these except the last one. The last one in the series does not have a vertical pipe after it. So we're going to do F3 to commit a committed save. Now these I've got a write-up to, if you want to learn more about committed saves and pulling an alias. Those are in the links below. But we're going to combine this into one search string. So we'll do V and capital V, and then we'll do capital G to go down to the bottom. Then we're going to hit a G and we're going to combine this without any spaces between them, and then we're going to hit a capital J, and then we'll save this, and then we'll save it back to the original because this is going to be our line. So we'll go ahead and copy this, and then we're going to go over to our DAT file, the GUID dump, and then we'll say set swap file. Okay, now the important thing on macros is you got to set your file first. And let's go ahead and search on this string before we begin. So we're going to paste this guy in here. Okay, and so that's our first occurrence. Now, in order, it's in register / your search string. So let's say this to register A. So we'll say let @A equals @/. So that loads it to A. So now we can begin our regular expression. I mean our macro. So let's do GG to go up to the top. So we're going to do QQ, and that starts to record it. Now the very first act is that you need to set your fail, because you want your macro to exit cleanly. The idea is if you record your macro correctly, you should be able to go to lunch and not have to worry about it doing things it's not supposed to be doing. So we're going to do a /. We're in the macro, and we're going to do Control R. And a Control R is a we're going to a register, and we're going to hit A. Okay. Then we come back, and it found our first occurrence. And what we're going to do is, at the beginning of this, we're going to have an I, and we're going to put, let's just put a backtick on this. And I like backticks because you don't have to escape those. They're a good handy they're a good handy string. Then you hit escape, and then we're going to go to the end of the line, and at that point we're going to end the video. The way I just recorded it, you can set it off a number of times, and it will find all the occurrences, and once it's done, then it won't do more than it's supposed to do. It won't do anything nefarious. So we're going to say, we're going to do a repeat for all 9s, and then we're going to do @Q. Now, one of the observations is that if you're working on big data, this is going to take a while. Now, macros in itself are kind of the gateway drug to Vim and editing in general, because it allows you to be a novice and to get stuff done without really a whole lot of study on the front end. You can look busy while you're perfecting your skills. And as you see, I mean, on small data sets, this really doesn't matter, but on big ones, this can be a real big factor. It'll seem like you're spinning your wheels. It goes fast, certainly faster than you and I can type, but when it comes to big data, sometimes the size of the data dwarfs what we're trying to do. So if we do a Control C, we can halt this, and we can see we haven't even gotten 0% through this thing. So this is not a bad thing. We're going to do a committed save on this. We're going to save to a higher version. Now we're going to use the original one, but sometimes it's a good for committed save to kind of have intermediate work. And as you can see, I have the date timestamp there. And so we're going to go back to B, and we've already saved it to, this is 256, and that, it is 0. Now I have an alternate way to do this, so let's go with that. We're going to go back to string A. This was our original. We're going to call this, we're going to save it to string C. And let's limit this to 255 strings. So we're going to go to line 256, and we're going to say all nines. We're going to do DD. So that's going to delete. Okay, so we have these lines here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build this out and make a Vim script out of it. So we're going to call this, we're going to save this to X. So we're going to do all lines %S, and then we're going to do the begin of line. And then we're going to replace this with %G. And then we have to escape the /. Let's see. Then it'd be G. Okay. So that's our first iteration of that. And then we're gonna do some kind of operation with this. We're gonna make this a two-phase or the G two-phase command. So we're gonna do %S for substitute. That's all lines. We're going to do a substitute. And for the end character, we're going to put execute. And then we're going to have a forward tick because we're going to start a command. This is on each line that it matches. We're going to do this command, and we're going to do normal. I mean, we're going to do actually we're going to do a substitute, and we'll say the begin character, we want to put a backtick, and the /s are escaped. Alright, and I like to put an E there. We probably don't need to, but I just don't like any back talk if just, you never know. So so this is what this is doing is on each line it's gonna well, let's go ahead and do the command. Alright, so these are a bunch of Vim commands, and let's go up here and do a set no more. And what this does is it's going to give us one status at the ending. We really don't want to hit a bunch of continue lines. Let's see. Okay. I think I had a bad file name, so I'll say xd.vim. Okay. So we're going to do this. So we're going to run this on the actually let's do a set swapfile also. Okay, we have some slop here. Okay, yeah, this stuff is slop. So so this is our XD. All right, so let's go back to our GUID dump. This is our original GUID file, and we're going to mark those lines that match. So we're going to do source XD, you hit the completion, and that's strange. Let's see. We pulled this from the file itself. Let's see. That's illogical. We've got the string in there, so why is this not working? Well, let's go back here and let's see. Let's see, 255. So we're going to delete the rest of these, and we're going to make this the same thing. Save. We're just going to call it dog.vim. Alright. We're going to do %s, start of line. Then we're going to do %g, /, which we escape, and then g here. Alright. Alright. Then %s, the end of line, and execute. That means a command. Alright. .s. Alright. Forward. Then we're going to do a backtick. Alright. CD. Alright. Let's see, execute. Oh, okay, okay, I got to backslash these. Alright. Okay, let's try one of these. Let's see if I have this one here. So let's go to our dat file. Okay, so that works. So let's back this up. And if I save this one, okay, so we're going to say source dog.vim. We'll wait. Hopefully this won't take us forever in a day, but so we're waiting on it here. And yeah. Should have a okay. Yeah. Well, what this is doing is it's going through all 3 million lines. So I may have to pare this down in a moment, or else pare down the source file in order to get a good match on this. Okay. Let's open up another one. We're going to call this one so we're going to source, we're going to save this one as to Control R %. We're going to call this TUQWID. And we're going to go to line 100,000. Okay, and we're going to delete everything below this. Okay. Okay, now let's do dog on this one. Okay, so this has, so we got some more immediate results. Do we ever come back from this one? No, that one's still going. But as you can see, we get a lot more feedback through this than you do with the just doing the macros. So it's an order of magnitude faster to not do the macros. But the important thing is to learn how to use Vim. I think we all went through the macro state, and it's good for getting off the ground. But once you get into it, then, especially with big data, you have to use big data techniques. Anyway, that's all for the video today. Thank you for viewing, and have a good day.